everyone. Thank you for joining me and my colleagues at the Center for Coastal Studies in yet another Dockside chat. My name is Rich Delaney, and we are finding that this opportunity to get together with you and our other colleagues is a nice way just to stay in touch during these difficult times. As most of you know, that the mission of the Center for Coastal Studies is to conduct research and education with the goal of protecting the health of oceans. Health is on our minds these days, and a healthy ocean, by the way, produces 50% of the oxygen we're breathing right now. It also has been absorbing excessive amounts of CO2, carbon dioxide, which is helpful in today's climate changing world. But also, as you know, probably the most obvious thing is it's produced fish protein for populations, for generations, for centuries around the world. And today I'd like to introduce one of our staff scientists. His name is Owen Nichols. He's the director of our Fisheries research program. And he's been out in the field quite a bit already this year, out in the field with practicing safe distancing on the boat and all the protective gear. But nevertheless, he's doing some fascinating research. So Owen, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your field work to join us today. And please tell us a little bit about what you've been doing recently.
Good afternoon, and Rich, thanks for having me on the Dockside chat. As you mentioned, I have been in the field a lot over the past several weeks. I've been working with our marine debris program. It's a collaborative project working with fishermen to recover lost fishing gear from the seafloor. So on any good weather day over the last few weeks, I've been out mostly with our lobster fishermen doing that. But I did want to talk a little bit about a different project that I'm working on. This is our 14th year of working with the Eldredge family out of Chatham, and they're weir fishermen. Weir fishing could be its whole separate Dockside chat, but it's a very old way of fishing. It's a really great way to collect data. And so the Eldredges and I have been keeping log books for 14 years now, recording squid and fish catch and environmental factors. And we've been doing this for a variety of different reasons. One of the main being that we can really monitor at a relatively fine scale what squid and fish are doing relative to things like water temperature. And that's really useful in the context of understanding just basic ecology of squid. But one of the things that information is really, really useful for is as we kind of scale up from the basic data collection and looking at what squid do relative to water temperature on a day-to-day basis, is we can start to make some inference about the effects of things like global climate change. You know, as our waters warm, fish and squid, if they have a temperature preference, which our weir data indicates that they do, it's going to drive squid distribution to change over time. You know, squid, just like a lot of other animals, they don't like it too hot and they don't like it too cold. And so they will change their patterns of habitat use, of when and where they go, relative to water temperature. And while you might not notice on a daily basis, over time we are starting to see changes in when and where the squid go. And it really remains to be seen exactly what impacts climate change is going to have. But squid are remarkably adaptable, and it's quite likely that we will see them expanding into places where they haven't been over the last couple of decades.
Thank you very much, Owen. Really fascinating work. Thank you for doing that. You can learn more about Owen's work and the rest of the work at the Center for Coastal Studies at our website, which is www.coastalstudies.org. And you can also follow everything we're doing at the center through our Facebook, our YouTube and Instagram and lots of other ways. But please also stay in touch with us by joining us again next week here at our Dockside chat. Next week, I'd like to introduce you to one of Owen's colleagues, Dr. Amy Costa. And together they're looking at a problem that we're paying more attention to recently. It's called ocean acidification. And it's potentially a very serious impact on oceans. So we're trying to learn just what that impact is and once again help provide ways to solve that. So in the meantime, please be safe, stay in touch, and look forward to seeing all of you next week at our 5th Dockside chat.